Hello and welcome, Peter here, Piotr Fisner. How are you doing, guys? So, today we've got a mainboard from PlayStation 5, that's the second PS5. That one was less lucky. Still gives the white light, but unfortunately it's no picture. So, yay. Customer replied that he's okay with £50 repair attempt fee if it won't work, but I will replace HDMI encoder, which is £48 for the encoder, which is no happy days. But anyways, customer is aware of that. It's an extra charge for the customer. I said it's an extra work for me, so either I'll charge only for the HDMI port, for an HDMI port replacement, or customer won't have. So we've got another one, yes. Now here already was port removed. I'll show you under the scope. But let's switch to the photos first, because I want to show you how filthy was that PS5. So you can see that the, I don't know where it is, it's here, yes. So you can see how filthy it was, yes. It's really a lot of dust inside, in some of the cases, no, it's not. You can see here, that's a lot, that's everywhere underneath was a dust. Here this was completely covered, so yeah, no happy days. Let's minus it and let's move on. Oh, that's not doing. Okay, so you've seen that it's quite a lot, yeah. Unfortunately, you know, if you don't open and if you just neglect it and if you won't allow the dust to go off, then these can shut off on their own, and if you're lucky, nothing should, you know, go fault. Yes, it will just start to shut off, so that it's overheated, and clean it. Unfortunately, without taking this, where the liquid metal is here and here, without taking this and all those screws plus 2 at the bottom, if you won't take it out, segregate this metal. Don't know if I have a picture of that. I should have somewhere. Oh yeah, I have. Okay, so let us switch again. So we do have pictures here, as you see. Okay, so you can see how much dust it was. It's really a lot of dust in some of them less, some of them more. So it's for sure well worth cleaning. Yes, it's a lot. So yeah, it's, you know, now it's, no, not yet. Okay, now I've cleaned it. Yeah, so I've cleaned, so that will be probably everything, I'd say. Yeah, now you can see how much liquid metal has overflowed. This has to be cleaned as well before assembling it, because then will be not enough metal here, and this can spread across the APU. So yeah, it's not fun, to be true. And now you can see that the port was extracted from the board. It's slight darkness here only and a scratch. Unfortunately, you know, not always it's 100% smooth. We most of the time we're okay. Sometimes it's what it is, you know. So sometimes you end up with such a thing, but it's nothing, you know, nothing really dangerous. It's no harm done over there, so it's fine. Okay, that's the port from the customer. Let's lit up some light. Let's put fan away and let's put the main board in. Okay, I don't know, that's our HDMI encoder. Okay, and that's our port space. We got a glare. So keep in mind when you're removing it, here is this weak capacitor. You can buy them on eBay even. At least I can find them easily and buy them on eBay. So if you would ever run into the situation that you've blow it off, yes, you can of course get it and replace it. Don't leave the customer or yourself without it, and don't try to do it with tweezers, because it might not work for you. Use a bit of a flux. and then before applying it, use some flux, put some solder there. Watch out the temperature, because if it will be too hot, it might bubble and not hold. Once you've got a solder over there, hold it with something else, and then, you know, use solder iron on one side and then on the second side, and it will hold. Yes. So that's my technique, and I'm replacing these yeah, okay, and I'll grab the thingy. I'm replacing this solder, which is unleaded solder, with a leaded solder. It's easier for me, and this here, before applying a new port. I won't be doing it today, it's Sunday. I just wanted to record a video for you. And there is a test. The test I'm doing is from the left to the right. So that's pin number 1, that's pin number 2, and I'll show you again. We will switch to the video. Let's switch to the Inte.Team website. That's what I'm using always. I've made it for myself and for others. Let's go to the blog, and at the blog you've got HDMI port readings in game consoles. You can scroll down until you see PS5 somewhere. It's here. Let's zoom it in. Okay, and now you see PS5 from left red probe to the right black probe in the diode mode. So you see in between pin number 1 and 2 you've got open loop, then you've got a drop. It might be different to 800 something, yes, millivolts drop. Let's see on my one what we will have. I'm going to put it as well left to the right. Let's put that's millivolt. If now I'll run the app on my phone so you will be able to see it. Oh, come on. Mega ohms wrong. Oh, that's diodes. And again, red probe on the left, as I wrote over there, yes. On the blog at the Inte.Team website. Okay, I see what my problem is. Get some magnification here. Okay, so first 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3. One to 2 is 0, so it's a proper reading. Now 2 to 3. I don't see. So we've got Houston, we've got a problem. Let me switch to the, yeah, 2 to 3 we should have 737 millivolts drop. So let's switch to the scope. I don't know why. I'll turn around the meter to myself. Left probe on is red on the left. Let us okay, I've got no reading. Ooh, customer won't be happy. I'm telling you, customer won't be happy if that will be. Maybe the first was 0 open loop. Oh no, it's 838. Okay, whew. That's a relief. So I'll show you. That's what they said about the 100 difference. It will be over 800 because I could do it on, you know, like a cold or warm or hot board when I was making that table. So it's for reference only. Yeah, you see, you might have this 850 about reading, so just keep it in mind that what I wrote might be a bit different. It doesn't mean it's wrong. As I said, you know, one can be hot, one can be cold, and that's the difference. Yes, the temperature makes the resistance look otherwise. But yeah, those are the information I wanted to show you. You've got a list if you're gonna do this port ever again. Don't put anything on your nozzle. Use 450 degrees and half of the speed of the air flow. Don't use lower temperatures, because believe me, I've been there and I've done that, and I've wasted like 15 to 20 minutes and I couldn't get the port. Next thing is, when the port ground pads, you see that some of them start to melt and start to be shiny. Yes, let me switch off the scope. Then what you have to understand is, don't pull this port immediately. If you're gonna pull this port immediately, what's happening is not all the solder has let go, and you can damage the pads at the back. There is 19 pins of them. Yes, so the best way to do it is use tweezers. Don't touch them too close, because they will be super hot, because you've got an airflow here which goes through them to your hands. So grab them a bit longer and try to move this port after, let's say, 5-ish minutes. Yes, gently, don't do sudden moves. And when you move in it slightly and you see it start to move, because you see that the solder, it will be probably more than 5 minutes, that the solder start to be shiny, then try to move hot air in the way that it will cover for sure all the holes, and just make sure that all those 4 holes are shiny. And then what you can do as well is you can go and take from the, that's what I like to do, from after that time, put from this side, so that you blow on them, on those 19 pads as well. So take and focus your heat gun on this, yes, on this side, and make sure that it will get some hotness as well. Then those ones with those will get hotness, and then go back. And then when you see again that they are melting, try to do something like that you don't lift it fully, but try to wobble it and see if it's loose or not. If it's whole loose, then you can gently start to, you know, take it, but gently. Yes, don't do any sudden moves. Believe me, I've been there and I've damaged, and I've learned my way, and now I'm watching out, because once you will damage the pads, you'll have to fix these pads. And sometimes I've got customers where these ports are so damaged and the ports at the back are damaged. It's not very often, but it is happening, and I think that one, yeah, that one is like that. You know, I'm looking at the pads and they are just torn apart, but what can you do? You know, you can only fix it after. Yes, I've got UV light, I've got UV mask, I can fix it. Yes, but it is an additional job, and nobody will pay you actually for that, so you know, it's better to avoid these jobs. What else I can tell you? Yes, once you will extract the port, you've got a hot board. Now keep in mind, if you've got T12 type of, you know, of this, you can replace it in no time. Yes, so this is good. Yes, you don't have to, but this is really good for those ground pads. Yes, because the board is now hot, you can use the occasion to replace the solder. Yes, replace the solder with a fresh one, with a leaded solder which has a bit lower melting temp. When you replace that solder, yes, what's happening is, when you will be heating it up again, because keep in mind, if you'll do it quite quickly, not like me, I've got to practice with it. I don't mind to finish it late at Saturday and don't touch it till Monday. Yes, I don't mind it, but you know, it's better when you start the job, finish it. Yes, and then what's happening is, when you've got leaded solder on those ground pads, 19 pads, when I was starting, even I was whitening these pads. even those 19 pins. Yes, I was because I was afraid that I won't get enough solder, whereas since I've started to use this solder, yes, this soldering iron station, actually, yes, it's unbelievable. This can make magic. It's 70 watts, about 70 watts, 24 volts and over 2 amps, 2.5 amp maximum consumption. So I can say this, I paid for it, like for this station, 20 odd quid DIY. You can buy it for like 40 made, I think, or 40 excluding VAT from AliExpress. It's well worth investment. If you try to do HDMI ports with a regular soldering iron, which is like 60 watts, you can do it, but sometimes you need to support yourself with hot air. So these advices I wanted to give you, because on YouTube channels you see people doing even lives with replacing ports, but they don't go into such details in all the videos. Only in some of the videos they reveal some of the aspects of HDMI port replacement, whereas I wanted to dedicate this one to the PS5. That's why I wanted to show you in the dust, and that you need to open that extra layer which I've shown, and take out, read the power supply, etc. area, and clean that one as well. And then what you can expect during the port replacement. Yes, so it is crucial for you to know it. I'd say that this dedicated video can benefit many people. That's it, what I wanted to show you. 15 to 20 minute video, that's not bad, especially that you're saving tons of time. Believe me, it took me some time to learn it. It took me some time to some money. I bought about over 10 Xbox Ones. There was no Series S and Series X yet, but there were 1S and 1X on the market. So I didn't buy those ones because they were dear, but I was buying faulty Xbox Ones, and then I stopped it because Series S and Series X came out, and I started to buy 1S's, 1X's, more 1S's than 1X's, but I still bought them till quite recently. I tend not to buy them anymore, but I still got them to repair, yes. So so I was practicing on one, about over 10 of them, and I still got over 5 boards which I can't figure out what's wrong with them. I inject voltage and it's going straight to the ground. It doesn't go to any power lines. Then I'm trying to segregate power lines, put voltage into them, and I see the same. So I had to just like give up, find someone like Stevie B or someone which will show me eventually, or I'll understand it, how to recognize better faults in these boards, because I can replace some of the stuff on them, but I'm not a master with them yet. Yes, so that's what it is. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to show. Hopefully you've got a value out of it. If possible, leave me some like here, and thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing if you did so. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I tend not to record videos when I'm working, because I've noticed that these videos are really long and I don't really see the value for the viewer. Yes, so then I've got some few lives where I'm showing some of the work. I will have more lives because we will be building some DIY projects of pure sine inverters and other stuff, so you will be seeing other content. But that's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. If possible, let's fix them all. Cheerio.